Oh, hello guys. Welcome everybody to the Vacuum Collector 2024 vacuuming channel. Today we're going to be doing the versus test in between the Eureka Whirlwind Limited Plus and the Hoover WindTunnel the Hoover WindTunnel Twin Chamber Bagless. Both vacuum cleaners have their filters in place. We got here a bit of a messy situation. The same goes for the Hoover WindTunnel as the same goes for the Eureka Whirlwind. The Eureka Whirlwind has a little bit more hair. The Eureka Whirlwind has a little bit more, more stuff to clean rather than the how's it called? The Hoover WindTunnel. But I just want to make sure that, this is an equal fight for both vacuum cleaners. As you can see, we got a lot of it. Of a combination of everything. We have dust that I've been vacuuming with all of the vacuum cleaners that I have in my collection, except the one that's bagged, which it's the Spectrum Advanced 12P. That vacuum cleaner didn't bother on removing the bag or emptying the bag, but I emptied the dust cup on the Hoover WindTunnel 3 Pet Pro. Also emptied the dust cup on the Clean View. Also emptied the dust cup on the WindTunnel and on the Whirlwind. You guys are going to probably be able to see the dust flying everywhere. That's because the window is closed on my room. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and first start off with the Whirlwind Limited Plus. See how it does. So, I think I'm going to place the tripod in a different area of my room. So, we're going to be placing the tripod right over here, but then pointing it straight downwards. So there you guys can check all of the action. I hope that the tripod doesn't fall down. It should not fall down, but you never know. So yeah, let's go ahead and start off with the Whirlwind Limited Plus first. It's the first contender of this battle. I want to be plugging it in right now. Just a second. So yeah, we could check to see how well does it do. So I say so myself, the Whirlwind Limited Plus, it's actually a great, amazing vacuum cleaner. Cleans carpets beautifully, grooms carpets beautifully also. Worth mentioning that it is a 12 amp motor. Both of the vacuum cleaners here that we're showcasing here have a 12 amp. So here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's check to see. Okay, the brush roller is working amazing. Now let's check suction on the vacuum cleaner and see. Sorry for the creak. So, as you guys can see, the Whirlwind actually did an amazing job. Look at that. Look at that. One single freaking pass. Now, it's worth mentioning that I didn't went over here with a whirlwind, but look at the dust cup. Look at the dust cup on the whirlwind. It's jam-packed full. So, I don't know exactly how the Hoover Wind Tunnel is going to do. It has a small dust cup capacity compared to like what the whirlwind do, but let's give the Hoover Wind Tunnel a chance to see if it can actually get done all of this job. But if I see here, if we check here, the whirlwind actually left an amazing, beautifully cleaning path. Like, amazing. So then I'm going to be emptying both dust cups and running them again and check to see what missed what. You know, if obviously with the empty dust cup, now that could be affecting the performance on the whirlwind, but it should not affect it that much. So now pause the video, gonna run and plug in the wind tunnel, and I will be back with you guys once I have the Hoover wind tunnel plugged in. So just give me a minute, guys, and I will be back with you shortly. There we go. We got the Hoover wind tunnel plugged in. So let me just move the power cord out of the way, and I'm just going to grab the amount of power cord that I'm going to be needing. So without further ado, let's give this vacuum cleaner a run. Now we're going to check for suction on the Hoover wind tunnel and check to see if the Hoover wind tunnel got clogged or not. Okay, I don't know what was that, but maybe it was something, probably being sucked up. So, what do y'all guys think? Who did better? I think both vacuum cleaners actually fared out well. I think that the Whirlwind was actually going to get clogged, but thanks to the high dust cup capacity of the Whirlwind Limited Plus, the Whirlwind Limited Plus was actually able to get all of it. So, if we check the dust cup on the Whirlwind Limited Plus, this thing weighs a thick amount. Look at that. The dust cup is filled almost towards here, so it's right where the fill line, the maximum fill line of the dust cup is, which is right around here. You want the dust cup to get filled up to right there, because otherwise then the dust is just going to be circling around the cone filter. But if we remove the cone filter, look at all that. Look at all that packed in the cone filter. And look at what's inside of the dust cup. Now, let's take out the dust cup on the Hoover WindTunnel. Alright. Let's just not give the W to the Eureka Whirlwind Limited Plus. Not yet. Now, the WindTunnel dust cup is actually fairly full. All the way to the brim, so it just picked up that. I don't know if it's mainly the way the separator actually works on this, but look at the dust. Look at the fine dust sitting in the place where the cartridge filter actually sits. That's one of the things I've been encountering with this Hoover WindTunnel. The dust likes to stay in the side of the filter cartridge, where the filter actually sits at, and which causes it to clog a lot quicker compared to the Whirlwind. Man, while the Whirlwind has a single cyclone, the Hoover supposedly is, technically it's twin chamber and things like that. The Hoover WindTunnel actually did amazing. And the Whirlwind also did amazing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to empty both dust cups. I'm going to save that dust for later for future mass tests whenever I get a new vacuum cleaner. Or possibly to do a versus between a Hoover WindTunnel twin chamber Bagless and a Hoover WindTunnel 3 Pro. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to empty the dust cups and then I'm going to run both vacuum cleaners and see which one left, a mess. So like the video, I'm going to empty the dust cups, pause the video while I do that, and then I'm going to come back and play in the video and continue recording and see which one left the most amount of dust after the dust cups have been emptied out. So, hold on a second, guys. Okay, so as you can see, guys, I have all the dust sitting inside of this small baggie, which is going to be saved for future references. Now we're going to be running first again the Eureka Whirlwind Limited Plus, checking to see what did it left off. So if the Whirlwind left off something, it's going to pick it up in this round. So without further ado, let's go ahead and turn on the Whirlwind. Okay, I don't know if you guys saw the dust cup, but apparently there was something swirling around it. Let's pull out the dust cup out and let's check to see. What do you guys think? I think it's not that much. It's just a bit of a fluff and some fine dust, but aside from that, it didn't actually do a terrible job. You guys see that dust sitting underneath there? I don't think it did a pretty bad job. I think it did an alright job for being, vacuum cleaner from the mid-2000s era. Now it's turn for the wind tunnel. Let's put the Whirlwind aside. Let's check to see what the Hoover WindTunnel left behind. Let's see who did better, because, I'm anxious for this freaking, ouch. What was that? The wind down was a bit awkward, but I don't know if you guys saw it. By the time I turned off the vacuum cleaner, the Hoover WindTunnel also had some dust that I picked up, some papers. This thing was probably sitting in the tube, but aside from that, I don't see anything else. Other than just a lot of finer dust on that side, but we all know that in the wind tunnels it's just the same. Let's check for suction on both vacuum cleaners. See which one fared better with the suction. Okay, now I forgot to check the suction on the Whirlwind, so I'm going to have to bring the Whirlwind up to the front again and check to see how the suction on the Whirlwind is doing, because I don't think it should be bad. So let's pull the hose out first. In regards of filtration results, because in this channel we love to test everything to its maximum capacity. So let's check to see how much dust it went through the Eureka Whirlwind motor. A fair bit of fine dust, a fair bit, not that much, but let's keep in mind that this is a mid-2000s vacuum, both of these vacuum cleaners. I think that the Hoover WindTunnel is actually newer than this one. Let's bring the wind tunnel. I'll leave the Whirlwind right there. Let's bring the wind tunnel here, which we got the side exhaust filter. Yes, and it says HEPA allergen filtration, 100% dust, mites, and ragweed pollen. So let's check to see how much it went through. Oh, what do we got here? Yeah, they got some dust, but not quite as much on the Whirlwind, although we do got a lot. over there at the corner. I don't know if that's just stained plastic or that's just how the design of the regards of heat levels, the Hoover wind tunnel is barely warmed up. Let's also keep in mind that today is a pretty fresh day outside, so I don't expect none of these vacuum cleaners to overheat today. But yeah, what are your results? What are you guys' thoughts? Who win? Who lost? Leave in the comments section who lost. If the Hoover Wind Tunnel Twin Chamber lost, or if the Eureka Whirlwind Limited Plus actually takes the W. So, look at that shiny beast. Man, I love both of these vacuum cleaners. Like, look at that beauty right there. Now, it just got pretty dusty. Let's also keep in mind that we ran a lot of fine dust through these vacuum cleaners. So, yeah, it's expected. And look at this beautiful gold color. Gold-colored wind tunnel. Who won? Gold-colored wind tunnel or the Eureka Whirlwind Limited Plus? Leave your like, comment, subscribe. Any tips that you have, any mess tests. By the way, both vacuum cleaners actually let the carpet beautifully groom. Beautifully. I don't have no complaints over there with the way both vacuum cleaners actually groom the carpet. It is amazing. The Whirlwind still grooms the carpet amazingly despite needing a brand new brush roller. But it's amazing. Both vacuum cleaners actually groom the carpet beautifully. Beautifully. So, leave your guys' comment. This is what the carpet looked like after the show is done, after the vacuuming has been done. This is the side where the wind tunnel actually went. And this is the side where the Whirlwind actually went. So you guys see. Both vacuum cleaners actually let the carpet beautifully groomed. So, leave a like again, comment, subscribe, share if you enjoyed the video. This is by far one of the most stress tests I've ever done on my vacuum cleaners. If you guys want to see a versus between this hunk of junk or this other hunk of junk, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, share. Leave a comment and say do a versus between the Wind Tunnel 3 Pet Pro or the Hoover Wind Tunnel and the Hoover Wind Tunnel, twin chamber self-propelled. Sorry, it's not self-propelled. It's a twin chamber 12 amps. It's not, one of those self-propelled models. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching the video. Sorry for the lack of uploads. I've been having such a really difficult time on finding good vacuum cleaners, but next weekend I will be ordering a couple of vacuum cleaners for the channel. One is going to be Eureka Smart Vac 4870. It's going to be the later model Smart Vac, the one that has the turbo brush included and everything. So yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share if you enjoyed the video, and look forward to seeing you all again in the next one, and stay tuned for more videos. Goodbye.